Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. As we learned from the last lesson, I can't type in Arabic properly, so we pre-typed everything. Alright? So what we're gonna do just for these exercises is just break down whatever we have. Whether it be a phrase or a sentence, we're gonna look out for the Mawsoof, Sifa, the Harfu jar, and the Mudaf, Mudaf Ilaih. Just want you guys just to identify that and then just translate. And we'll figure this out together. Alright guys?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, you're talking. Alright, so the first example that we have is Fi Kitabi Ibrahima. Can you guys break it down?
So I guess I'll start for this one. So we have fi as the harf jar, acting on kitabi, putting into a majrur state, and then you have Ibrahima acting as the mudaf ilayh to kitabi, which is the mudaf. So because Ibrahima can't take a kasra, it's Ibrahima rather than Ibrahimi.
And that usually applies to non-Arab names.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Cool. So the next one we have is Ar-Rajulul Qadimu.
Okay, I guess I can take this one as well. Okay, so we have Al-Rajulu, which would mean a man. It's definite, singular masculine. And then you have Al-Qadimu, which is also definite, singular masculine.
And what about the states?
They're both in Rafa as well. So from the construction, you can tell it as a Mawsoof Sifa. So I guess if you would translate it, it would be the old man.
Yep. Okay, the next one is Al-Madrasatul Kabiratu.
So I guess similar construction. So they're Al-Madarsatu is definite. It's in Rafa state. It's feminine, indicated by the ta marbuta. Also, Al-Kabiratu, has the same principle as definite. It's in Rafa. It's feminine. So from this construction, you can also tell that it's a Mawsoof Sifa. And you'd say it's the big school.
Yep. Yeah, the big school. So let's just break it down. What are the 4 points that have to match for Mawsoof and Sifa?
So state.
Yep. Gender. Nice one, Riyadh.
Definiteness.
Alright. Number. Alright. Okay. For Mawsoof and Sifa, Mawsoof is the word that's being described, Sifa is the adjective. Okay. Then we have Khalifatun Khayrun.
Khalifatun Khayrun. Oh, so Khalifatun, it's singular. It has ta marbuta, so you think it would be feminine, but because it's generally used for masculinity, it's anything associated with would also be masculine. So, for example, Khalifatun Khayrun, which is a masculine adjective, or it's masculine in this case. So it'd be the good Khalifa.
Yeah. Or a good Khalifa, because it's indefinite, right?
Yeah.
The tanween, it means that it's not specifying anyone directly. So what we learn from this is that a ta marbuta isn't always a sign of femininity. If something is innately a masculine title, or it's innately masculine at times, then it can also have a ta marbuta, but it will still be masculine. But if you match it with the sifa, that's got to be masculine. Okay, the next one is ala bayti zaydin.
So you have ala as the harf jar here, acting on bayti, putting it into majrur state, and it's also acting as the mudaf in the mudaf ilayh construction with zaydin.
So how do you know this is mudaf? What are the signs of mudaf?
So mudaf, it's definite, and it also doesn't have an al.
Okay, so it's definite with no al, and you'll never see it with. Will you ever see it with a tanween?
No tanween.
It's definite without the al.
Yes, and you can recognize the mudaf ilayh as being in majrur state. And that's the only thing that defines it.
How do we know this is definite though? Like what's making it definite?
The no tanween and no tanween.
It's the association.
Oh,
Because it's
position.
connected through association, that's what makes it definite, right?
Okay.
It's something that's owned by a particular owner. So there's automatically definiteness. Alright, the next one is رجلان زعلان.
So his ani, so rajulani is indicating two men, so it's in dual state. Za'lani is also in dual state. They're both rafa. They're both masculine. They're both indefinite. So I guess you translate that as the two disappointed men.
Two displeased men.
Displeased men.
Two displeased men. You want to put that right?
Oh yeah,
Two displeased men. So the next one is المعلم الجديد سهل.
Oh man. So al-muallimu. So just breaking that down word by word. That's it's definite. It's in rafa state. It's singular. Al-muallimu jadidu. So from what you can tell with al-jadidu, it's also rafa. It's also singular. And it's also is it definite already?
Yep.
And it's also, so you can kind of tell that's a Mawsoof Sifa construction. And sahlun. It's kind of throwing me off. I don't know. You throw some hints my way.
Any comment, Riyadh?
Never seen that word.
No? Well, sahlun means easy.
So why is it not associated in a Mawsoof Sifa construction?
It's not associated in Mawsoof Sifa construction because it doesn't have alif lam, it doesn't have, it has a tanween, so clearly it's not matching indefiniteness, right?
Yeah. Okay,
So-
that would be the khabar
Yeah.
in this statement. So you would translate this sentence as jadid. Jadid means
New.
Oh, so the new teacher is easy.
Yeah, the new teacher is
Yeah.
easy. So just to clarify, before we did all phrases, so they were incomplete sentences. They didn't necessarily have a mubtada, which is a subject, or anything to say about it. But in this case, we have a subject, and that's al-muallimul jadidu, right? And as we learned, the subject is usually definite, and it's in rafa, and then we have the khabar, which is what is being said about the subject, usually as indefinite, right? That's the general rule. There's obviously more depth to it, but that's how you're able to tell that it's a sentence, because we have a mubtada, which is a subject, these two words here. Okay, sorry about that. These two words here. And anyway, the first two words, and then we had a khabar, which is something being said about the subject. Okay. The next one is كلب الرجل الكسلان.
Okay, so kalbu rajuli. Okay, so you can tell this is a mudaf ilayhi construction because kalbu is definite without an alif lam and no tanween. And al-rajuli is in a majrur state, and al-kaslanu you can, because it's in rafa state and it's also definite, you can see that it's a mawsoof sifa for kalbu. So that would be the lazy dog. Oh, the lazy the dog of the lazy man, or the lazy. Sorry, I don't know. English is confusing me. Okay.
Step in, Riyadh. Come on. You know what to connect it to. It's talking about the dog, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the lazy dog of the man.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know what I was gonna say.
So how did you know again that this wasn't the sifa for al-rajulu or al-rajali?
Because for mawsoof sifa, they have to be in the same state, and al-rajuli is in majrur state, and al-kaslanu is in majrur, or is in rafa state, or
Yep.
majrur state, or marfu state.
Nailed it, bro. Nice. All right. في سوق البلدة النظيفة.
Okay, so you have fi in the beginning, which is the harf jar. So suqi would be in majrur state. You have al.
Sorry, that shouldn't be fa, that should be fi. Just correcting that, my bad. Anyway, continue. I'll just fix this.
So suqi, so that's in majrur state. And you have al baldati, which is it's feminine in al baldati. It would be a majrur state. It's definite. It's feminine. And
So what do you know about these two words then? What's happening here?
Oh, yeah. So that's a mudaf ilayhi construction. Yeah.
And then this one?
Al-nalifati, al-nalifi, that would be indicating towards suqi,
Why is that?
because it oh man. I actually don't know why that is. Oh,
You did it before.
yeah. Oh, because it can be associated with al-baldati because the femininity. Oh, because it's not feminine.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, so it can't be associated. In Mawsoof Sifa construction, it has to be matching in gender. So it has to be matched with suqi.
So essentially these two match in gender, number, definiteness, and state. Even though this doesn't have alif lam, it's still definite due to the association. So when you attach a sifa to it, which we have over here, you would attach the alif lam and you would match it in gender, number, and state also. Okay, next one is, alright. في سوق البلدة الصغيرة. Alright guys, break it down.
So again, you have the fi, which is acting as harf jar, putting suqi into majrur state, and you have al-baldati, which is a mudaf ilayh in the mudaf in the idafa structure with suqi.
So this would be your mudaf?
That would be mudaf, suqi.
And this would be your mudaf, just like the one before, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Alright, what about saghirati?
But now you have as-saghirati, which has a ta marbuta on it, indicating its femininity and definitiveness. So you can see that it can't be associated as a sifa to suqi because suqi is a masculine. So now we can say that this is a mawsoof sifa construction with al-baldati and as-saghirati.
Yep. Can you translate it?
In suqi. Oh, in in the small market.
Nope.
In the market, in the small city's market.
In the market of the small city.
Okay.
You gotta keep in mind the mudaf ilayh setup, right?
Okay.
Okay, next up is ash-shamsu tali'un.
Shamsu tali'un. So this would be mubtada khabar.
How come? How do you know that?
So you know ash-shamsu, it's definite, and tali'un is indefinite. So you have a complete sentence here.
Yep.
So you have the tali'un dark.
No, rising.
Rising. Okay, so the rising sun.
The sun is rising.
The sun is rising. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. And in Arabic, we know there is no word for is, so you have to actually just kind of add that in there to connect the two, to make it a complete sentence when you translate, right? Like, if you literally translate it, it'd be the sun rising, but rather it's the sun is rising. Okay. Huwa waladun kaslanun minal baldati.
Okay, huwa, we know as one of the pronouns. Huwa waladu.
Waladun.
Waladun, sorry. So, huwa waladun kaslanun. So we know it's a mawsoof sifa construction with waladun and kaslanun because they're both indefinite and they're both in rafa state, they're both masculine. And we have minal baldati. So we have minal acting as the harf jar, putting al baldati into a majrur state.
Just as a side note here, usually we see the harfu jar as min, but if it's connecting to something afterwards, it becomes minal, right? It's connecting to the sukoon over here. Minal baldati. Still means from. Can you translate it?
So, the lazy boy is from. So, how do I add that in? He is a lazy boy from the city?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Do you get that, Riyadh?
Mm-hmm. I just learned what lazy means.
That's a useful one to know, right?
Laylatun tawilatun.
Laylatun tawilatun. So, both feminine, both are indefinite, and they're both in Rafa state, so we can pretty confidently say this is Mawsoof Sifa construction.
Yep. Can you translate it?
Layla tawilatun. Tawilatun. Seven?
Long.
Long? Oh, so the long night.
The long
Oh,
night?
a long night.
Yes. Okay. Al-Muslimuna as-salihuna.
Okay, so
Riyadh, you do this one, bro.
The righteous Muslim.
You want to break it down?
No.
Try.
Come on.
Okay, so we know alif lam, that makes it definite. We know the una on the end for plurality is in the rafa. We have two unas there, so they're both in the same state. We know they're masculine because it's not atun, which usually represents rafa for femininity. It's not salihatun, and we know that which one did I forget? Gender. Yeah, we know they're masculine because this is how masculine plurality is represented. So it is the righteous Muslims. Alright, next one. Naharul Bustani Saghira.
Oh,
You know this one.
Alright, so you have Naharu, which is acting as the Mudaf in the Mudaf construction, Mudaf Ilaih construction with Al-Bustani, and Saghiratu, which is describing Naharu.
So we know Naharu is plural, right? It means rivers, and Saghiratu is singular. Oh, I broke it. It's singular. So what's going on there, Hassan?
So with Naharu, it's a ghair aqil plural. So what we can say with that is those are always treated as singular feminine. So when we have Saghiratu, it's in singular feminine form. So it makes sense as a Mawsoof Sifa construction with Naharu.
Cool. Can you translate it?
The river, the river of the garden. Oh, the small river of the garden. The garden.
Is it river or rivers?
Oh, the small rivers of the garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Nahar would be river, and Nahar is the plural. Okay. We're gonna skip that one.
20 minutes in, bro. Almost.
Alright, we'll end off with this one then.
Okay.
كلب الرجل الصغير في البيت القديم.
Oh man, it's the longest one yet. Okay, so kalbu, we have a kalbur rajuli, so you have a mudaf ilayhi construction. As-saghiru, and then we have also have Mawsoof Sifa with kalbu and as-saghiru. Then you have fi fil bayt al-qadimi, so you have fi acting as the harf jar, acting on al-bayti, putting into majrur state. You have al-qadimi, acting as the Mawsoof Sifa with al-bayti, and we can translate this as the small dog of the man in the old house.
Would it be the small dog of the man in the old house, or is in?
Is in the old house.
Yeah, we'd add is in because it's sentence and you have to connect the two parts, right? Yeah, guys. All right, that was our Arabic review. Sorry about the examples. We threw them together pretty quickly, but we can also try to make them more advanced and gradual next time around. If you guys liked it, let us know so we know. If there's any improvements or any suggestions you have, just let us know. All right? Like Riyadh talking more. That's like my biggest suggestion. We'll get him to open up. All right, Jazakallah khairan, guys. It's like 12 a.m. in the morning. Have a nice night. Assalamu alaikum.